Hope everything's going well with you today. I'm here to talk about New Balance Fresh Foam 1080. After 120 miles running on it all on the roads, not on any trails or anything, just trying to feel what it feels like on the roads. And let's get started. Alright, love the feel of this version with the Fresh Foam. Believe it's the first time that New Balance bringing Fresh Foam into the market. They finally hit it with exactly what they wanted it to feel like, and it feels super smooth, very resilient. Can't feel the road in this shoe, which I think was the target with a shoe like this at these kind of stack heights. You don't want to feel the road. The other thing I really like about it, blown rubber outer sole and dead flat outer sole makes the shoe super quiet. There's nothing better than going on a 2-hour run along the coast highway and not hearing your feet plant at all. There's just something magical about that, and that's what this shoe does. Some things up in the upper. Heel fit is a little bit wide, so I did have to adjust the heel fit using socks to make the heel make it fit better. Overall, forefoot is nice and open. Midfoot, you can lock it down. There are some issues with this saddle, in that I think they made the material a little bit too substantive. It's super thick, and it's stitched down, and specifically right here at the eyelet. I think some runners are going to have some problems with it. So it's something to watch out for. If you can feel it in the store, you'll be able to feel it out there on the run. So if you can feel it in the store, it's probably not the right fit for you. And then as I've mentioned before, the Ortholite sock liner, we're 120 miles in and need a new sock liner. So although it feels really good in the store, it does flatten out pretty quickly, and just feel like it just doesn't give the life that I'd prefer out of a running shoe sock liner. So let's get into some rankings. I've set up some rankings that on a shoe from 1 to 5, and I've gone through some various things on what I think need to talk about on the shoe. First is fit. I give the shoe a 3 on a scale of 1 to 5 in fit, and that's there's the two things that I think knock it down are the wide heel and then this saddle. I had a number of specifically women that can feel the saddle biting into their foot, and I think that's a downside of the shoe, so that's why it gets a 3 out of 5. Overall feel, it gets a 5 out of 5. I mean, like I said, dead quiet, can't feel the road, super smooth. Those are all very big pluses. I give it a 5 out of 5. Function, it's a neutral shoe, so it should be neutral. As noted before, the flexibility broke in, so that's a good thing. But the shoe runs actually quite stable. There's a frame up here in the forefoot that your foot sits inside of the frame, so that as your foot comes to toe off, it has nothing better to do than stay within that frame and toe off at neutral. So it comes off as a quite stable neutral trainer, probably the most stable neutral trainer out there. Creativity. So I look for shoes to bring some creativity into the market. There's a lot of Me Too shoes out there. Let's do something creative. And I'm giving this a 3 out of 5. The engineered mesh is beautiful. Fresh Foam, outstanding. Feels great. It took them a number of tries to get great feeling Fresh Foam, but they nailed it. But this saddle, come on, New Balance, 1995. We had shoes with this thick of an overlay. Materials are so much better today. Stronger, thinner, You can weld on top of them. This is stitched. Gets 3 out of 5 on creativity. Similarity to the update. Okay, so almost every shoe out there is being updated from a previous version. So you could call this the 1080 version 6 if you want. In fact, I think if you go on a few websites, that's what they call it, instead of simply Fresh Foam 1080. There's going to be, as every time a shoe gets updated, some people are going to put the new one on and love it. Some people are going to put it on and say it's not the same shoe. I'm betting that this one's right down the middle. For whatever reason you like the 1080 version 5, was it because it was a expansive, super well cushioned shoe for your larger frame or the harder running that you do? You're probably going to love this shoe. If you got it because it felt really lightweight, you're probably going to find this shoe to be a little bit heavier. Overall, I think it's going to be about a 50-50 chance that you put this shoe on and go, yep, that's my 1080. So because of that, I give it 3 out of 5. Overall, I don't think New Balance was trying to make a new 1080. They weren't trying to make a version 6. That's why they don't call it version 6. I think they were trying to do a Fresh Foam 1080 that is a totally different shoe that's going out against the market, against stuff that is out there in the market. They had already done the 1080 version 1, 2, 3, 4, and it did okay. It wasn't groundbreaking. I think they really wanted to go after something groundbreaking with this Fresh Foam 1080. I think they nailed it with the Fresh Foam. I think they nailed it with fit in general. I think they probably could have done something with this saddle, and I think they probably could have done better without the Ortholite insole. 120 miles. I tell you, this thing's got another 180 miles, another 200 miles, another maybe 300 miles to go. It feels that good, and it feels that resilient, and it shows no wear on this shoe at all. If you like this review or any of the other reviews, go on to Facebook/Shoe Ranger, tell people about it. Follow us on Twitter @Shoe Ranger, or you can follow me personally on Instagram @SuperDaveJewel. That's it for now. Hope to see you out there on the roads.